God must be able to bounce to you among your equal. That go to Osa, I have a daughter there. Go to Idoka, I have a daughter in Jesus Palace Church. I have a son that can boast off. In the day of Noah, these commendations came from God. That God said he was one of the most righteous, he was most righteous among his generations. God boasted of Noah because Noah served himself for God. In the day of Job, the same thing happens. God was able to boast about the type of life that Job was living. He lived a consecrated life. He lived a life that is commendable to man and to God. This is the type of life that Jesus wants us to emulate. It is what the oracle of God revealed to us yesterday. And we need to understand that from certain area that we must distinguish ourselves in the type of life we have to showcase. He told us that certain life, our certain lifestyle we must embrace. In our finance, in our relationship, in our marital life, in our career, there is some certain lifestyle that a Christian must emulate, must showcase. And wherever you are found, they must know who are the people. Both unbeliever and nominal Christian must know that you are different. How do they know? By the type of the lifestyle you embrace. And also again, the type of associations that we keep is very matter to us if we want to live a consecrated life. Those are some certain areas we have to show consecrations. And also in our attitude and character. In our attitude and character, they want to distinguish us that we are different from the multitude. This attitude, it is the origin of Christianity in Antioch. Well, based on their attitude and their character and attitude, they were given a name. These people look like a Christ. But their attitude and their characters, that their lives showcase mortified flesh. But I mean, their life reveal that the flesh has been killed, has been mortified in their life. They are not the product of the flesh. They were the product of the Spirit of God. Spirit of God living according to the dictate of the Scriptures. Can you boast your chest that the way I'm living, both in closet and outwardly, that is Scripture standard? In your closet, live with this standard is what we call their consecration. You have to showcase consecrations. And also again, the man of God spoke further that things that powers consecrations, that you must be desperate for God. We must be desperate for God. It talks about Daniel, the Hebrew men that were slaves in the land of Babylon. Desperation for God, they denied themselves from being corrupted by the provisions of Nebuchadnezzar. They said they were not trained in such way. They were desperate for God. Despite the fact that they are passing through unwanted situations, the life of Daniel may shall find against their will. But despite the fact, they manifested the power of God. Therefore, we don't have any excuse not to be consecrated before God. Do you know what happened to these 4 men? Daniel, Meshach, and Abednego. Do you know the rules? That we're given the opportunity to live with the wives of the kings. They must be castrated. And Daniel, they cannot marry. It's not their will, but they were forced not to marry. Why? They were castrated. Despite the fact they had some certain disadvantage, they stood with God.